Oh. It's the first time I've match.
Shows you right there just the kind of pressure
Then Wiseman.
these players are feeling.
Wiseman gets going. Perfect shot. Get off the around. It's just a 6-frame match, folks. So every shot, as Danny said, is so important. Good start, critical. He's got that. This is why Linda's here. The twins, Ryan and Troy, are not, because they're so young still. Tough to keep them around here for a few hours. So they are being looked after. Good start for Chris Barnes as well. Each a strike to begin as we look into the semifinal #1 matchup, Randy.
Remember, this event all about throwing strikes. Chris Barnes, higher average. A lot higher strike percentage. Forget about those spares. This cheetah pattern and these caliber of players, nothing but X's.
Another perfect shot for Chris Barnes, who did, in the challenge round, rotate balls from the different lanes. Really had comfort zone, Randy.
2 different balls, 2 results exactly the same.
As we talked about, Wiseman has Owen Barnes, who appeared a bit surprised when I brought that stat up. He said, "Oh, really? I'm not sure I knew that." But a win today really turns that around with so much money on the line. $200,000. PBA event record. Wiseman tries the counter, and that's really high.
Got it right. In a 10-frame match, maybe not that big a deal, but in a 6-frame match, this could all but spell disaster for Danny Wiseman. Greek church, right through the heart.
Could tell upon release he was not happy with it. Hope for a break, didn't get it. And leaves the 4-7. And an open with a 6-frame match can be just disaster for someone like Danny Wiseman here. 28th ranked on tour last season. This year, top 5 almost the whole way through. Had a great year. But as he told us, had he made the World Championship show in Ypsilanti, instead of losing to Chris Loschetter, became the eventual finalist in the round of 8. 10-pin for him. Could have really been a different story.
That one right.
But a tremendous season nonetheless. Look at that.
Probably his most consistent year as a professional. I think he led the tour in top 10 finishes with 11.
Most of the season, he was #1 at points until Patrick Allen, that back-to-back run. Dallas and Birmingham won the back-to-back titles, eventually won the World Championship, overtook Danny Wiseman. Right now, Chris Barnes with a double of start in our 6-frame match leaves Danny Wiseman frustrated. The Roll the Riches, presented by Geico and brought to you by Motel 6, rolls on from Fort Worth. Barnes a big lead. Four of our 6 bowlers who started this PBA Motel 6 Roll the Riches presented by Geico have won PBA Tour events in the Dallas Metroplex area, including Chris Barnes, 2003. PBA Days in Open. Chris from Flower Mound, Texas. That's just north of Fort Worth. Pretty close to halfway between the two cities, but north of them by about 15 minutes. Home lane advantage. Chris Barnes hoping to cash in with a big bucks. Yes! With shots like that, he'll do it. As he's had this great start now, a 34-pin lead. As we see our final PBA Denny's point list. Patrick Allen, a tremendous season, should be player of the year in most people's minds. Chris Barnes and Wiseman not far behind. Tommy Jones, who won 4 times, won 8-0 on TV this year against Steve Jarris. Each tremendous seasons for Jarris, the end. Yes, sir! And those two are coming up, apparently to take on Chris Barnes in the final because he is rolling right now.
Yeah, that's all but over for Danny Wiseman unless Chris Barnes doesn't show up in the 5th and 6th frame, but that is just dead flush. In fact, all 4 shots just pack.
Chris Barnes, the only of our 6 bowlers to begin this Roll the Riches who made a show on this oil pattern. 9-pin for Wiseman.
Move.
That's pattern E. Happened in El Paso, Texas, where he finished 3rd.
See, and here's the difference with the 2 ball rolls. Chris Barnes end over end. Danny Wiseman's got more side rotation. The cheetah pattern has dry boards to the outside. And Danny Wiseman's ball sees that dry, it comes off of it way too hard. When Chris Barnes's ball sees that dry board, it rolls off of it nice and smooth.
Parker Bowman, the 3rd one in El Paso to become exempt for next season. Wiseman was exempt early in our year for multiple years after winning the Highlight Masters presented by the ABC in Milwaukee. What an event that was. 5,000 people on hand at Miller Park, home of the Brewers. A big-time splash to begin our season. Now we finished the year in Fort Worth, making another big splash, as in big bucks, record-setting amount. Oh, they're all down.
Awesome.
Thank you. A little late, though, for Danny Wiseman.
Yeah, and I think Danny knows. I think Danny knows that his choice, as far as balls and how he was going to attack the lane condition, wasn't the right one.
Whoa!
Ooh,
That was way high and almost resulted in the big 4, just the 7-pin standing. At this point, it's okay for Barnes.
Boy, that's huge. If he gets 6 here, Danny Wiseman still would have had a pop, but trips everything out, only leaving the 7-pin. Chris Barnes, a spare here. He's going to advance and bowl for $200,000
to the championship round. He just needs 3 pins here. That should be easy. A 44-pin lead heading into the 6th and final frame for the official number to wrap it up. And remember, the next round is a race to 6 strikes. The first to get there takes home a PBA event record $200,000. His twins, 2.5 years old. Well, as Chris said, Linda and Chris will apply the $200,000 to the boys' college education. At this rate, Harvard and Cornell, all the Ivy Leagues are going to cost that for a single year. When those kids are ready for college, they're going to need a saving.
Right now, Chris Barnes kind of testing the water, so to speak, on that left lane. He's got basically free shots, so he can afford to move around, try a different ball, try a different angle, and get locked in.
Special thanks to Eric Studer, the Motel 6 Senior Vice President for Marketing. He and his great staff putting together a tremendous event. Along with the PBA here for us in Fort Worth, Texas. Our title sponsor, special thanks to all those folks at Motel 6. Wiseman in the groove, but it'll be a little too late for him.
It's terrible. Babies need new shoes.
They're going to get a lot of shoes, Chris, if you win the $200,000.
They can buy the shoe store.
You buy a shoe company. With his mom, Dorothy Potter, stepdad, Jerry Potter in the stands. Their biggest fans, Danny Wiseman. A very fine season wrapped up. He won his 11th career title. Saw Dorothy there. Stepdad Jerry just to her left. Oh, the old trick hook shot there for Danny Wiseman in his final TV appearance of this season. We look forward to seeing Danny again next year. Chris Barnes has a